welcome back. Today, we'll be sharing the story of Hel from Norse mythology. If you enjoy this story and you want more, subscribe to the channel for brand new stories every single week. But for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy this one. In the shadowed corners of Norse myth, beyond the thunder of gods and the clash of giants, there lies a figure seldom spoken of in revelry or song. Her name is Hel, daughter of Loki, sister to Fenrir the wolf, and Jormungand, the world serpent and sovereign of a kingdom no god dares to claim. She was born of chaos, a child of a frost giantess, Angerboda, and the ever-twisting trickster, Loki. From her first breath, Hel was not like other children. Half of her body was living flesh, pale and youthful, while the other half was blackened and rotting, as if death had already made its claim. The gods, horrified and uncertain, brought her to Asgard, not with celebration but with suspicion. Odin, ever wary of prophecy, foresaw a grim fate in the children of Loki. While Fenrir grew monstrous and Jormungand too large to dwell on land, Hel's danger lay in her stillness. She did not rage, she did not roar, she simply watched. Odin, wise and yet often cruel, made a decision that would shape the destiny of the dead. He cast Hel down into the deep and shadowed realm of Niflheim, giving her dominion over those who did not die gloriously in battle. And so, Hel became Queen of Helheim, the realm named for her, a land of cold mists, endless twilight, and slow, endless silence, where the souls of the old, the sick, and the forgotten wandered after death, not as punishment but as inevitability. She did not torment them, she simply kept them. Unlike the fiery tortures of Christian hell, Hel's realm was not one of judgment, but of stillness. Here the dead found a kind of peace, if cold and somber. Her hall, Eljonir, stood at the center of this realm, its gates ever open, yet offering no escape. Her dish was hunger, her knife famine, and her bed sickness. Symbolic, perhaps, but true to the slow erosion of life she governed. The gods continued to fear her, not for what she did, but for what she represented. She was the end of all things, the unavoidable destination for all who were not chosen by Odin or taken by Freya. Even the mightiest warriors, if they died not in battle, passed through her gates, and she still did not bargain. She didn't plea, she simply ruled. And yet, despite the solitude of her realm, Hel watched the world above with interest. She saw the folly of gods, the cycles of men, and the strange movements of fate. Unlike her siblings whose destruction was foretold, Hel's role was subtle and enduring. She did not rush towards Ragnarok. She simply waited. The turning point in Hel's story comes not with fire or war, but with sorrow. Baldur, the beloved son of Odin and Frigg, the shining god of light and purity, was slain, unwittingly killed by his blind brother, manipulated by Loki. The Aesir were devastated. Baldur was not only loved by all, but was also a symbol of hope, of a future unmarred by war, and his death marked the very first crack in the foundation of the gods' world. When Baldur's spirit descended into Helheim, it passed through gates no strength could break, into the cold halls where even gods tread lightly. There, Hel received him not with malice, but with dignity. She gave Baldur a place of honor, not because he was a god, but because he was mourned with such sincerity. The gods, desperate, sent Heimdall, Odin's son, to ride to Helheim on Sleipnir, the eight-legged horse. He rode for 9 nights through darkness until he stood before Hel herself, pleading for Baldur's release. Moved not by emotion, but by principle, Hel offered a condition. If every living thing in the world wept for Baldur, then she would release him. It was a fair offer. It was, in her own way, just. And the world wept, stones, trees, gods, and men alike. But one creature did not. A giantess named Thok, who many believed was Loki in disguise. And so, Hel, true to her word, kept Baldur in her realm. She had no interest in vengeance. She simply upheld the balance. Death, once sealed, was not so easily undone. As the final age approached and Ragnarok loomed, Hel's place in the tapestry of fate became clear. She would not march at the front of the armies of the damned, but her role was no less vital. At the end of days, Hel would open her gates wide. From her realm, she would unleash the dead, led by Loki himself, returned from imprisonment to command a ship built from the fingernails of the dead, Naglfar. Together, they would sail against the gods. Hel didn't ride beside them. She remained in her realm, for her throne was not built of war but of eternity. And yet, her influence was undeniable. She had kept the fallen, watched their slumber, and now in the twilight of the gods, she allowed them to rise. Whether she survived Ragnarok is unclear. Some say that her realm endured, as death always does, reshaped in the new world to come. Others claim she vanished, her purpose fulfilled, and her shadow fading as the cosmos was reborn. In the end, Hel is not remembered with fear alone. She is the figure of inevitable truth, the quiet answer to life's loudest questions. She embodies not wrath, but stillness, not punishment, but the reality that not all heroes die in glory. She is the gatekeeper of finality, but not cruelty. Unlike Odin or Thor, she did not seek battle. Unlike Loki, she did not chase chaos. She simply ruled what was hers and fulfilled her duty. The forgotten, the fallen, the ones who slipped through fate's fingers. And in the cold mists of Niflheim, perhaps she still waits.